What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Ron back with another video. Before we get started, if you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hitting that bell notification, that way y'all know when I'm uploading, and hit the like button because it helps with the algorithm. It helps me reach a broader audience. Also, if you like the music that you hear, the DistroKid link is in the description. Support your boy, support the music. Alright, so today I am going to be going over a clip from TikTok. This woman has 4 red flags all men notice in women, but I am going to use this as another episode of why men are no longer dating in the West, because these 4 red flags are something that are related to that and men in this space are aware of. And if you're not aware of, you need to get hip. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it.
All right, ladies, I might ruffle some feathers with this one, but here are 4 major red flags that all men notice in women. Let's go. Number 1, non-reciprocal energy. You hear a lot of women in the dating market saying when the right man comes along, you will not have to try. And although it's true that you won't have to try too hard, there's a difference between not trying too hard and not trying at all. You don't have to be thirsty. You don't have to come off desperate, but no man wants to be pursuing a woman that they feel is not giving them the same kind of energy in return. Number 2.
Before she's going to number 2, this I was literally just going back and forth with somebody in the comments about this. Men are starting to become more aware of this. This is something that I dealt with the last woman that I was dating seriously. I started because I was noticing that I wasn't really getting that same energy back, and it seemed as if I was making her more of a priority than she was myself. This is why I tell guys, when you're dating someone, you should never ask for the relationship first.
Nope.
Because the moment you do, you're basically telling her you've done, you know what I mean, you're good enough. You don't need to prove yourself anymore. You've done everything. You know what I mean? There's going to be some women that disagree with that, but it's out of emotion. It's not out of logic. Because if you ever notice, the more commitment women typically get from men, not all women, but what you're starting to see is the more commitment women get, the less and less and less effort you start to see. This is coming from somebody who's friends with men that are married and frustrated because they're going through the same thing. Just saying. Let's keep it moving.
Unrealistic financial expectations. Somewhere in the modern dating market, we have communicated to women that it is totally acceptable to expect a man to pay for their hair or their nails for a first date, or to even go as far as to ask a man they barely even know to help them with their bills. Feeling entitled to lavish treatment or financial assistance from a man that you barely even know that's still trying to get to know you is an extremely unrealistic expectation. And social media has done a really bad job of making modern women think that that behavior is normal. Let me be clear. There's nothing wrong with wanting a man who's financially solid, but no man wants to feel like they're your walking ATM.
Agreed. This right here, this is a big red flag, and this is a big reason why more and more women are becoming single. And I agree with her. Of course you want a man that's financially stable. Like what woman doesn't want that? The problem in our society is that women want men that make enough money for her to stay home, but she still wants to be able to make her own money from home or go out in the world and make it, only to turn around and not invest any of that money into the family or the home.
Bruh. What is that?
That's what you got going on in the States. That's why more and more women are becoming single, because these women don't really want to build with you. You know what I mean? They want you to already have your house built so they can just move in and receive resources. She just said it herself. Like women expect you to cash out like this. I'm like, but the moment you want the box up front, they got an issue with it.
Get the French toast out of here.
That's what I find strange. And bruh, I've even heard women go as far as to say, you need to pay for my babysitter.
What?
In order for me to take you seriously.
That was pathetic.
See what I mean? This is why men are no longer dating in the West. Like, these requirements are getting ridiculous now. Meanwhile, men have pretty much been on the same thing. It's ridiculous. Let's keep it moving.
Number 3, immaturity and uncontrolled emotions. Immaturity, uncontrolled emotions, acting crazy, all of that has been rebranded recently as being toxic. And there are a lot of social media channels out there that actually glamorize being toxic and encourage women to engage in this kind of behavior. When good men get a sense of that behavior, you lashing out, blocking their number, cursing them out, they either just stop taking you seriously from that point forward, or they don't tolerate it altogether, because you're coming across to him more so like a child who's throwing a temper tantrum than you are a woman who wants to be taken seriously as an adult.
It's funny she mentioned that, because I've said in one of my older videos, man, women are like children. They're literally, and the reason why I say this is because y'all never notice how women throw temper tantrums when things don't go their way. But on the flip side, when things aren't going a man's way, they expect you to be a damn statue. They expect you to sit there. It just amazes me how women say they want men that are more emotionally intelligent, when in reality we actually are, because we control our emotions far more than y'all do. Because for one, we have to. Because when we don't, what are we seen as?
Beta!
Y'all already know. We're seen as weak, whatever sign language these women like to use. But you think just because you was born with a vagina, you're allowed to just act out. No, that's childish. Grow up. Let's keep it moving.
For probably the most controversial one of all, being too masculine. A lot of women will shy away from being feminine now because of the negative connotation that's associated with that in modern society. Whether you like it or not, the reality is that men like feminine women. Now, this is the part in the story where a lot of women will say, well, it takes the right man to bring out that feminine energy. Although I do think that there are some points of that are true, overall, I don't really agree with that. I think that as a woman, you either embrace your feminine energy and you walk in that, or you just haven't tapped into it. There are so many women in the modern dating market who have hardened themselves to steal because of the negative experiences that they've had with men. Blocking your feminine energy is often a defense mechanism for a lot of women so that they don't get hurt in the future. But don't let the experiences of the past turn you bitter. The reality is, ladies, that there are two sides to every coin. And if we're going to talk about the bad traits of men, we also have to acknowledge and take accountability for the bad traits we have in ourselves.
Yeah, but they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. I'm like, otherwise you wouldn't have to say that at the end. But she's 100% right. And this is one of the biggest issues that women have with these male spaces, have with my channel. Y'all really don't like being held accountable for anything. Y'all really think y'all can do no wrong. And for women who think like that, what's the incentive of a man even dealing with you seriously long term if he's gonna be responsible and have to take blame for everything, regardless if it really is his fault or not? I mean, Jesus Christ. When women complain about men not being held accountable, I'm like, y'all hold us accountable for stuff that we can't even control. So for y'all to even say that is ridiculous. And women know we don't want y'all know damn well we don't want no masculine women. And then the moment y'all come across a dude that's more on the beta tip, that's when, once again, y'all talk down on that man. Y'all don't treat that man with any respect. I'm like, that's the problem with the dating market now, man. Like, you got men being too feminine, women being too masculine, and then guys that are masculine, when you tell a woman she's being too masculine, she got an issue with it. Like, she wants you to be more like the feminine guys, but you're not taking any of these feminine guys seriously. That's what I'm saying. I think deep down women know that the femininity is gonna win in the end, man. They just hard-headed and stubborn. I don't know, man. Let me know what y'all think about this, bro. Like, I thought this was very interesting. Shout out to this lady. It's Asia Elaine. I don't know. I'm like, pretty attractive woman too. I'm like, she looked like she was probably mixed with Asian or something. Alright, let me know what y'all think about this, man. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification, that way y'all know what I'm uploading. And hit the like button because it helps with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Until the next video, y'all, deuces.